Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, March 3rd, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 698 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Budget nominee Tandon withdraws nomination amid opposition. Disturbing video of cop disciplining K-9 prompts investigation in North Carolina. Mike Brown's father, Ferguson organizers request $20 from BLM. If the others go, I'll go. Inside China's scheme to transfer Uyghurs into work. Duchess of Sussex accused of bullying palace staff to tears too. Feds arrest white supremacist live streamer in Dawn raid, rattling supporters. Schumer says we'll have the votes to pass COVID relief bill. CrossFit condemns Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene for loathsome and dangerous lies. Texas has one of the worst vaccination rates in the U.S. It's reopening all businesses anyway. Colorado hunter banned from 48 states after poaching spree. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Valve brings Steam Link app to Linux, adds more togetherness, The Verge. Meghan Markle faces bullying claims ahead of tell-all Oprah interview, page 6. New CDC guidelines on vaccines, safe activities may disappoint some, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Microsoft says Chinese hackers have exploited bug to target U.S. companies, MarketWatch. Tarrant County ends its mask mandate after Texas Governor Greg Abbott says statewide order will end next week, the Dallas Morning News. Cuttlefish can pass the marshmallow test, Ars Technica. Dolly Parton's COVID-19 vaccine shot comes with a Jolene twist, HuffPost. Steelers try to sign J.J. Watt, reunites new Cardinals star with his brothers, per report, CBS Sports. Psaki pressed on whether Biden admin taking credit for Trump accomplishments on vaccine partnership, Fox News. Everything we know about coronavirus variants in NYC, New York Post. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Dolly Parton's COVID-19 vaccine shot comes with a Jolene twist. White House to withdraw Neera Tanden as budget director nominee. Arizona bill offers major challenge to big technicians' monopoly power. Breonna Keeler goes off on Kayleigh McEnany for claiming to be shocked by Capitol riot. Arsenio Hall recalls the petty note Trump sent for not mentioning him in an interview. Activists say Joe Biden could still deliver justice for Jamal Khashoggi. Biden says U.S. will have enough vaccine supply for all adults by end of May. Sacha Baron Cohen says Borat is no more, the gray suit is locked up. Georgia House approves new restrictions as GOP war on voting rights intensifies. That Governor Cuomo photo captures a casual horror women recognize. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man mourns grandmother killed in home explosion. Community calls for justice, student found dead. Family struggles to get inpatient care for teen. Bodies found of father, sons who disappeared. Push to rename district named after KKK leader. Mom loses son to addiction, tells story for others. Apt complex is near 2 weeks without running water. 25-year-old COVID patient cheats death 3 times. Woman says 87-year-old's mom prayed for plumbers to help her. Scaffolding collapses at 7-story building. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. What we know about the deadly crash in California. California border crash kills at least 13. Israel, the UAE and in New Middle East. Cornel West is in a fight with Harvard, again. White House drops push for near attendant to be top budget official. Love Factory, the price of being a social media star. Mississippi congressman faces allegations of misusing campaign funds. Texas and other states reopen as COVID cases fall. Enough vaccine will be available for every U.S. adult by May 31st, Biden says. Cuomo faces more calls for his resignation as crisis deepens. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Iriha's spring debut for Rangers is 2 shortened innings. Democratic New York lawmaker calls on Cuomo to resign for the good of the state. Red states abandon mask mandates, Biden says, now is not the time to let up. Creighton coach McDermott apologizes for plantation remark. Trump endorses South Carolina's Tim Scott. Maryland restaurant pays employees almost $500 in back wages for withholding tips. California deputies find loaded pipe bomb, homemade gun at elementary school. Blake Shelton recalls Gwen Stefani proposal, it's kind of a blur. Clyburn says Senate filibuster denies civil rights, people of color will not be quiet on this issue. Taylor Swift fans roast John Mayer's TikTok debut, Gravity singer seemingly responds, I'm hearing you out. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. How negative stereotypes about boys affect their academics and health. Texas Governor Greg Abbott ends statewide mask mandate, opens state 100%. Stimulus check update, when could another economic relief payment arrive? Bracketology, CU Buffs number 9, CSU Rams number 10 in latest CBS Sports NCAA tournament projections. Spring training report, COVID will loom over baseball for another season. It's truly tragic to see all these attacks, MTV News Yoon Kim on rise in anti-Asian violence. 73rd Emmy Awards will broadcast Sunday, September 19th on CBS and Paramount+. Once vaccinated, okay to take a vacation? Dr. Malika Marshall answers COVID vaccine questions. I am the proof that God exists. Woman beats coronavirus 150 days after being admitted to hospital. Mother accused of putting baby in trash can charged with attempted murder. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Christopher Stevens on TV, DNA bombshell that blew apart a life story not once, but twice. Man, 24, murdered woman, 32, and cut her body into pieces above a kebab shop, a jury hears. Sebastian Shakespeare, makeup guru Charlotte Tilbury finds lockdown beauty spot for 1BN Empire. Ant Middleton claims he was axed from SAS, Who Dares wins due to butting heads with team. Ghost hunting YouTuber couple slammed after finding human skull and flaunting it on camera. Ringleader of nursery pedophile gang Colin Blanchard makes bid to be released from prison by summer. Museums, theaters and concert halls will be given $410 million to help them stay afloat. UK's first LGBT plus retirement complex to open in Vauxhall, London this year. Ross Clark, what a shocker, or why your new hybrid car isn't nearly as green as you thought. Owen Groffel's wife Alice Evans breaks her silence after actor files for divorce. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Sarkozy's conviction carries echoes for Trump. 279 Nigerian schoolgirls released days after raid on boarding school, officials say. COVID-19 live updates. Texas ends mask requirement at critical moment in pandemic, faces backlash. Guatemala begins reshaping court, corruption concerns grow. Pentagon report cites threat of extremism in military. Myanmar coup crisis grows after years of U.S. neglect. China's 2 sessions, what to watch on Hong Kong, child policy and tech competition. Hong Kong bail hearings in national security case sound alarm for city's courts. When U.S. blamed Saudi crown prince for Roland Khashoggi killing, fake Twitter accounts went to war. Naval Academy seeking student vaccines for summer training. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is the Guardian's U.S. news feed. California crash leaves 13 people dead after truck and SUV collide. Coronavirus live news. 168 children worldwide have missed school for a year. Brazil reports record deaths. Neera Tanden withdraws as cabinet nominee after facing opposition. SoundCloud announces overhaul of royalties model to fan-powered system. Dolly Parton gets vaccinated with Moderna jab she helped fund. Girls doing more housework in COVID lockdown than boys. Cuttlefish have ability to exert self-control, study finds. Biden, U.S. on track to have enough vaccines for all adults by May. Connecticut yard sale bowl turns out to be 15th century Chinese artifact. Cuomo stays quiet amid calls to resign over sexual harassment claims. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Biden says there will be enough vaccine for American adults by end of May. 13 dead in California crash, some ejected from SUV carrying 25 people. Vernon Jordan, activist, former Clinton advisor, has died. Live, ABC News Live. Fallout from Texas energy crisis continues. A string of family deaths surround tragedy of Lori Vallow's children. Navy service member killed as 5 military trucks involved in crash. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Why many in Russia are reluctant to have Sputnik vaccine. The couples accused of destroying Japan's families. Mars, NASA's Perseverance rover sends stunning images. The deadly job of protecting Dr. Congo's Virunga National Park. Coronavirus, Texas moves to lift mask mandate and ease COVID rules. 13 die in Southern California crash near Mexico border. Glow-in-the-dark sharks found off New Zealand coast. Eurovision Song Contest travel necessary, organizers say. Alexei Navalny, U.S. imposes sanctions on Russians. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Joe Biden vows vaccines for all adults by end of May. Texas, Mississippi defy health officials, end mask mandates, live COVID-19 updates. Jamie Lee Curtis leads a Children's Hospital Los Angeles fundraising campaign. San Francisco eases restrictions as cases decline. Classrooms are different as CAF schools reopen. Texas and Mississippi to face mask rules as they try to return to pre-pandemic life. Perry said, at least 13 dead after truck slams into SUV carrying 25 near U.S. Mexico border. Public outcry over Cuomo harassment allegations. Former teacher sworn in as U.S. Education Secretary. A space hurricane hovered above the North Pole for about 8 hours, study says. Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall together again in Coming to America. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. This year will likely be critically dry for California, state officials say. What we know about the SUV crash near the U.S.-Mexico border that killed at least 13. Hate crimes against Asian Americans rose in LA in 2020, mirroring national trend. Special election for state Senate seat in Los Angeles County draws crowded field. Explosive device found, disabled at Sacramento Elementary School, officials say. San Francisco, in an amazing place, resumes indoor dining as coronavirus cases fall. Small, maskless gatherings of vaccinated people will soon be allowed by CDC. COVID-19 vaccination sites pop up in San Fernando Valley. Los Angeles Police Chief Michelle Moore back home after overnight hospitalization. San Francisco, Silicon Valley, other areas allowed to resume indoor dining, gym reopenings. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. PETA admits some of its first vaccines went to government officials. Soccer stars, Jordan. Iran's only female Olympic medalist to compete under white flag in Tokyo. Neo-Nazi Thomas Sewell is arrested for assault. 331 environmental defenders were murdered in 2020, over half of them in Colombia. German government decides on implementation of an official lobby register. No jab, no Hajj. Saudi says all Muslims will need to have COVID vaccine before they can perform annual pilgrimage to Mecca. The head of an independent inquiry investigating church child abuse in France said Tuesday that there might have been at least 10,000 victims since 1950. Space hurricane which rains electrons instead of water discovered by scientists. 3 female media workers shot dead in Afghanistan's Jalalabad. Gorbachev, the last Soviet leader, marks 90th birthday on Zoom. Belarus jails journalist for revealing medical secrets in protester's death. Criminal complaint filed against Mohammed bin Salman in German court. PETA admits giving first vaccines to government officials rather than healthcare staff. Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano, erupts 7 times in 2 weeks. An extra 200 billionaires were created in China last year as the country's economy outpaced the rest of the world among COVID pandemic. The next headlines are from Forbes. The Green Bay Packers must use the franchise tag on Aaron Jones. Gun sales dropped last month, here's why. House lawmakers reissue subpoena for Trump's financial records to his accounting firm. Elon Musk wants to set up a city named Starbase around his Texas rocket launch site. Elon Musk SpaceX to open a factory in Austin, job posting reveals. Hawley votes to confirm Biden nominee after dozen straight no votes. UFC 259, Yan vs. Sterling prediction and pick. Biden pulls near attendance nomination but says she will serve in administration. Even Disney's CEO says moviegoing has probably changed forever. Gun sales finally decelerate to strongest February ever, based on FBI background check data. The next headlines are from Nature.com. X-rays expose a clue to the mystery of the missing neutron star. Climate neutral is a lie, abandon it as a goal. Neanderthals could hear like we can. Darkened reservoirs can blot out hydropower's climate gains. Disabled scientists networks call for more support. Pandemic, public feeling more positive about science. Enforce ban on plastic exports or it could backfire. This is the fastest random number generator ever built. Author correction, design of biologically active binary protein 2D materials. Scientists want virtual meetings to stay after the COVID pandemic. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,689,551,434 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. I care a lot. Costume designer Deb Newhall on styling Rosamund Pike. Jeanette McCurdy reveals why she quit acting. I resent my career. Jeffrey Scott, Dark Shadows and Dynasty actor, dies at 79. Hip Hop Uncovered, 5 takeaways from the FX series. Kelly Marie Tran talks wonderful dynamic in Raya and the Last Dragon. Fox sets Housebroken and Duncanville Season 2 premiere dates, TV News Roundup. Chris D'Elia accused of soliciting nude pictures from 17-year-old. Fubo TV subscribers up 73% in 2020, net loss balloons to $570.5 million. Alec Moffat to star alongside Alec Baldwin, Kelsey Grammer in ABC comedy series. Sophie Jones review, indie drama respects the growing pains of girlhood and grief. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Stacey Abrams on why securing voting rights is as necessary now as in the past. Neera Tanden withdraws as nominee for Office of Management and Budget. Journalists detained for covering democracy demonstrations in Myanmar face prison. Utah considers state park named for Utah raptor dinosaur. Biden administration, here are his cabinet members and key advisors. A newspaper casino, Toronto Star Company is getting into the online gaming business. Biden says U.S. will have vaccine supply for all adults by May, prioritizes teachers. Supreme Court seems ready to uphold restrictive voting laws. Texas and Mississippi to lift COVID-19 mask mandates and business capacity limits. Prosecutors, Proud Boys gave leader war powers, planned ahead for Capitol riot. The following headlines are from The Week. White House withdraws nomination of Neera Tanden as OMB chief. Senate confirms Gina Raimondo as Commerce Secretary. Reggae legend Bunny Wailer dies at 73. Biden claims vaccines will be available for all adults by the end of May, but there are caveats. 7 scathingly funny cartoons about Trump's CPAC appearance. The Daily Gossip, Lady Gaga's dog walker describes his very close call with death, Hilaria and Alec Baldwin welcome a daughter, and more. How Democrats Killed Me Too. John Boehner rips Ted Cruz as a reckless a-hole on book's back cover. Arizona GOP lawyer tells Supreme Court the party needs certain voting restrictions to compete with Democrats. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Planned Parenthood returns to Lubbock. Dying oil company's parting gift, millions in cleanup costs. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. How bananas make radiation appealing. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope could get a starshade of its own. Jupiter has added a comet to its Trojan collection. Sand dunes on Mars shift from season to season. A new method to capture high-resolution images of space debris. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, March 3rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. NASA selects 16 futuristic space technology concepts. Is this the world's tiniest reptile? Mercury's greatest elongation Mars 6, 2021. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. Brussels and Washington send message to Putin. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Newsom calls Texas absolutely reckless for lifting COVID rules. Senate confirms Rouse as top economic advisor to Biden. House fight for Trump's financial records poised to stretch into the summer. Allegations against Cuomo become headache for Democrats from Albany to Washington. Neera Tanden withdraws as Biden's budget chief pick. Vernon Jordan's creed, Michelle, I'm too old to let race get in the way of friendship. Biden administration's push for standardized tests irks teachers' unions, state leaders. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Road to nowhere, roundabout revamp could be a waste, say angry locals. Philippine embassy steps in over alleged exploitation of migrant workers. Defense Chief Angus Campbell tells cadets to avoid being prey to predators. Loss of CCTV makes case of body in sewage tank one of cops' toughest. We await their answers, regional quarantine hubs hit impasse. There will be problems, China fears the blowback from global financial bubbles. NSW to merge vaccine rollout phases, provide doses to workers' families. Satanic El Diablo Eurovision entry must be removed, says Holy Synod. Scientists boosted global wheat yield with disease-resistant varieties. Brisbane City Council rules out its own inland rail impact research. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Margin, Fly Me to the Moon, Japanese billionaire is looking for volunteers. Outside the Box, how to bounce back from COVID-19 career setbacks. The Margin, Dolly Parton gets first shot of COVID-19 vaccine she helped fund. Neera Tanden is out as Biden's on nominee. Market Extra, day trading Reddit readers nearly crashed the stock market, now they're in an ETF. Personal Finance Daily, Americans scroll Amazon and Walmart for bargains, yet choose pricey healthcare services and throw away hundreds of dollars, and Texas AG sues energy provider over sky-high rates after massive winter storm. The Tell, history suggests surge in bond market rates is unlikely to last, says Guggenheim's Minard. Epic Games buys Fall Guys maker Tonic Games. Senior House Democrat says using filibuster to stop minimum wage hike is akin to using it to block civil rights. Newswatch, why the stock market's big rotation can continue even if bond yields stop rising. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Supreme Court urged to rein in use of assign or estoppel, Law 360. Fed, Circ, affirms Verizon doesn't need to be named in IPR, Law 360. White House to withdraw Tanden nomination to head budget office. White House official, Yahoo Finance. Toyota U.S. employees to keep masks on in Texas even as state lifts mandate, Yahoo Finance. Petaluma, California becomes first U.S. city to ban new gas stations, Yahoo Finance. Intel order to pay $2.2 billion after losing patent lawsuit, Fortune. Update 1 Canadian pension fund CDPQ to invest up to $317 MLN in Brazil fiber network with Telefonica, Yahoo Finance. What Tesla's open patent policy means, Yahoo Finance. Fed's Delhi, policy in a good place, bond investors see brighter future, Yahoo Finance. Mamada Sultana invents new tech and inspires next generation, NASA. The next headlines are from Quartz. Even after GameStop, Tesla remains the most shorted stock in the world. Gary Gensler's view of Bitcoin hinges on a 55-year-old financial rule. Merck will help make Johnson & Johnson's vaccine in a deal brokered by Biden. Show US the money. Target thinks the future of e-commerce is its stores. Why the EU is sitting on millions of unused COVID vaccines. Disney's CEO says the pandemic has permanently changed movie release strategies. Climate change will hit the factories of hotter, poorer countries first. Biden's pick to run the SEC wrote a book about the hoax of stock picking. WHO investigators, Swedes electric, underwater beer. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. The unasked question in tech policy, where do we get the lawyers? Tech Dirt Podcast Episode 272, Section 230 Matters, with Ron Wyden and Chris Cox. State court says Tennessee's anti-SLAPP law is constitutional, shuts down litigant involved in baseless libel litigation. ICE is also using utility databases run by private companies to hunt down undocumented immigrants. The most important part of the Facebook Oversight Board interaction happened last week and almost no one cared. The New York Times, falsely, informs its 7 million readers net neutrality is pointless. Federal court affirms travelers have a First Amendment right to record saw screeners. Taylor Swift, Evermore theme park dispute escalates as Swift's team countersues. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Britt Reed. Baylor basketball. Man City vs. Wolves. Jamal French Degrassi. Kyle Van Noy. Kayleigh McEnany. Texas mask mandate. Bunny Wailer. Texas Independence Day. Vernon Jordan. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Racist babies, researcher reveals Arizona equity toolkit that teaches white fragility and other woke propaganda. Amazon sales for banned Dr. Seuss books soar over 5.7 million % after publisher halts printing over hurtful stereotypes. I wish I never effing met him, Alex Jones trashes Donald Trump in leaked video. Biden accepts near attendance withdrawal after Toxicom nominee fails to win support, promises her administration role anyway. Harry Potter video game will allow transgender characters, but unsated critics want reparations from transphobic J.K. Rowling. Mass murder and reckless, Texas ending mask mandates triggers Democrat meltdown. New York Democrats reach informal agreement on limiting Governor Cuomo's emergency powers in wake of nursing home scandal, reports. Americans more concerned with violent protests in U.S. cities than Capitol riot, more certain pro-Trump rioters get convicted, poll. Newsweek forced to admit Buffalo schools teaching kids to blame all white people is true, not half true in big fact check fail. It is time, Mississippi governor to end mask mandate and lift all COVID-19 business restrictions, following Texas lead. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Drones are bringing the 19th hole to any hole. Incoming SEC Chair Gensler will scrutinize trading apps, rid crypto markets of fraud and manipulation. This is the best inflation hedge, Goldman doubles down on commodity supercycle. Amazon quietly adjusts app icon to make it look less like Hitler. Are the recent UFO disclosures setting us up for a mass deception of epic proportions? US and EU hit Russia with coordinated sanctions over Navalny poisoning. New York legislature reaches deal to repeal Cuomo's powers. Biden pulls near attendant nomination for report. Rocket blasts off in massive gamma, short squeeze forcing another hedge fund VIP liquidation. Confessions of a Trump Republican. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Medics risk lives to treat injured in Myanmar anti-coup protests. Biden withdraws budget director nomination amid opposition. Biden promises vaccine supply for all U.S. adults by end of May. Biden presses Senate Democrats to pass COVID-19 relief. Texas governor lifts mask mandate, COVID restrictions. OPEC Plus' balancing act between crude optimism and pandemic risk. New Harry Potter video game will allow transgender characters. Erdogan tells Macron cooperation has very serious potential. Macron asks Iran for clear gestures on nuclear inspections. Amazon apologizes to Indian viewers over Tandaf controversy. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Study, Biden amnesty would import California-size foreign population. Malcolm Nance, it sounded like Josh Hawley worried FBI has something on him. GOP Rep Kamek, we're conservatives, we don't do identity politics, that is a tactic of the left. Neera Tanden withdraws from on nomination, Biden's first defeat. Joe Biden, no crisis on the southern border, we'll be able to handle it. Texas judge, 3 others charged with 150 counts of voter fraud in Republican primary. MSNBC's Wallace, FBI chief Ray dropped a truth bomb, annihilated GOP lies. Woke K-12 Action Civics Initiative called GOP suicide. Lee Zeldin actively exploring governor run against Andrew Cuomo. Moscow arrests hundreds using facial recognition technology. The next headlines are from UPI News. Woman wins $1.1 million lottery jackpot over lunch. Look, horse rescued from frozen pond in Michigan. Scottish woman finds 21-year-old message in a bottle from Faroe Islands. Watch, Florida couple finds 7-foot alligator lurking in garage. Watch, women who worked at same restaurant find out they're biological sisters. Watch, Florida police officer rescues coyote struggling to swim to shore. Watch, Texas woman runs 15 days in a row for half-marathon world record. Watch, escaped kangaroo on the loose in Alabama town. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. 60 years ago he couldn't afford college, now he's donating $20 MTO fulfill the dreams of students today. This cycling group is repairing bikes for free all over the Navajo Nation. U.S. can run primarily on renewable energy by 2050 for cost of $1 per person per day, says new research. Himalayan state becomes first in India to give wives co-ownership of ancestral land. The city created the largest free food forest in the country, where anyone can pick fruits and veggies. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, March 3rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Will Nostradamus' predictions come true, just in case the CDC offers tips to survive a zombie apocalypse? Bees revealed as Australia's most dangerous venomous creature. Man of the match at a local cricket match receives 5 litre of petrol as prize in India. Man accused of cutting out dog's heart in ritual to clear demons from home. How a 5-second social media clip took India, Pakistan by storm. Trump will only pretend to run in 2024 so as to form extra money, his niece Mary says. The View from Here, a family doctor's perspective of a population under lockdown, healthy debate. The American Council for Science and Health peddles dishonest PR for companies downplaying the effects of dangerous products, opioids, sugary foods, fossil fuels, chemicals, pesticides, and more. Rooster will appear in court after killing owner during illegal cockfight. Florida officer rescues coyote that was floundering in water at Sarasota Bay. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. DJI's new FPV drone goes 87 miles per hour and looks stupid fun. Twitter now lets Android users try its Clubhouse-like spaces. Armored Brigade's latest DLC makes it a must-play for armchair generals. New research indicates the whole universe could be a giant neural network. National Security Commission led by ex-Google CEO urges U.S. to ignore calls to ban autonomous weapons. 6 steps to build a data-driven company, according to experts. Volvo pledges to go all-electric by 2030, following other manufacturers. Surprising growth strategies to boost your digital marketing campaigns in 2021. Microsoft announces AI-powered Teams speakers with Titanic transcription abilities. SEO tools like Sionify help unlock the mystery of Google search rankings. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Food for thought, new maps reveal how brains are kept nourished. Environmental impact of computation and the future of green computing. Cooperative eco-driving automation improves energy efficiency and safety. Indoors, outdoors, 6 feet apart, transmission risk of airborne viruses can be quantified. Novel drug prevents amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. A quantum internet is closer to reality, thanks to this switch. Scientists use forest color to gauge permafrost depth. New research highlights impact of the digital divide. Unveiling the weaving fractal network of connecting neurons. Gulf oil spills long-lasting legacy for dolphins. The next headlines are from Information Week. Value stream management, fact or fiction? Vaccine passports pave the road to the new normal. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, March 3rd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Vineyard installs disposal box for unused medications. IRA supporters gather at Utah Capitol after lawmakers finish session without discussing ratification. Dixie State University's new name could still include Dixie after all, with changes to bill. Utah lawmakers advance housing helps, but will they run out of time? Utah commemorative state flag proposal could be in trouble because of concern by Democrats, others. Utah House votes down bill that would have allowed 16 and 17-year-olds to vote in school district races. Plan to give tax credits to Utah parents who pulled kids out of school during pandemic falters in Senate. Utah could scrap its English-only law. Legislative leaders back away from borrowing to pay for transit and construction. Bagley cartoon, a lot riding on Biden. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Hackers release a new jailbreak tool for almost every iPhone. Beyond Meat signs global supply deals with McDonald's, KFC and Pizza Hut. Volvo to go all-electric by 2030. Microsoft launches PowerFX, a new open-source low-code language. New technique reveals centuries of secrets in locked letters. A folding iPhone could be coming in 2023. Google Free Nibber, WBR, Nobber, EOS is now selling preloaded phones in the US, starting at $380. PayPal in talks to buy crypto custody firm Curve, reports say. Intel told to pay $2.18 billion after losing Texas patent trial. PlayStation Store will stop selling movies nobody bought. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri's health director addresses problem of unused doses at rural mass vaccination site. 6 Chesterfield officers honored for pulling accident victim from fiery wreck. Car crash closes I-270 northbound past Dorset Road, expect delays. Test tornado warning wrongly triggers phone alert system. Charges filed for Beth Alto Cemetery vase thefts, suspect at large. MSHP warns boat, dock owners to be cautious as temperatures warm up. Free tax preparation help available across Illinois. Third stimulus check calculator, how much will you get? Crime Stoppers reward increased to $10,000 for helping find suspect in June, East St. Louis homicide. Missouri COVID update, 5 straight days of sub-500 cases. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Police identify man wounded by officer in gas lamp confrontation. Supervisors vote to stop charging jail inmates for phone calls. San Diego remains in purple tier as Petco Park site prepares to reopen. UCSD students react as 6 Dr. Seuss books taken out of print. The climate has changed a lot. Budget nominee Neera Tanden withdraws nomination amid opposition. Fauci answers, can you have a dinner party if you're vaccinated? Photos, crosses honor 13 killed in Imperial County crash. No evidence Capitol rioters belong to Antifa movement, FBI Chief Wray testifies. Biden, enough COVID-19 vaccine doses for every adult by end of May. Sailor killed, 5 service members hurt in military convoy crash. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Deleting your Clubhouse account is a nightmare, especially for sex workers. Bellingcat has revealed war crimes in Syria and unmasked Russian assassins. Founder Elliot Higgins says they're just getting started. Report, Indians stalking their partners via mobile spyware. Appellate court won't review decision on Michelle Trocken's GPS tracker. Exclusive, spy chief gets welcome endorsement. Facebook mulls legality of facial recognition when far more is at stake. Spiraeon launches Goldstar wireless GPS tracking solution for buy here pay here dealerships and auto lenders. Dogness launches state-of-the-art smart GPS pet tracker. James Bond, why Silva Skyfall plan ignored a simpler way to kill M. Charlotte Gainsbourg to star in new World War II spy thriller lives in secret. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Romania receives first U.S.-made rocket launchers. Practica looks to upgrade and service Ukrainian BTR-60s. F-35B stealth aircraft begin sea trials aboard Italian Navy aircraft carrier. U.S. Marine Corps shows off capabilities of its new amphibious combat vehicles. Pentagon announces $125 million in military aid for Ukraine. Boeing's unmanned combat aircraft make successful maiden flight. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China's largest bank sends 500,000 employees a memo on workplace sexual misconduct. Will Chinese education company GSX Tech-Edu survive allegations of fraud? A year and a half later, Hong Kong protest mom remains in touch with her kids. Pineapple becomes new symbol of prickly Taipei-Beijing relations after China bans imports. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, March 3, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. No charges for vigilante Chinatown store owner who fired gun at Oakland robbery suspects. COVID reopening tiers 2, where each Bay Area county stands as cases drop. Discrimination in Alzheimer's and dementia care. US 101 in Mountain View blocked due to police activity. COVID-19 reopening, what you can, and cannot, do in the red tier. Rain on the way, when to expect wet weather in Bay Area. Santa Clara County lifts travel quarantine order. Man arrested after allegedly stealing VTA bus with passenger on board. Space hurricane spotted above Earth for first time ever. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Jet release D.E. Henry Anderson, save $8.2 million on cap. Guatemala begins reshaping court, corruption concerns grow. Chicago raises capacity limits to 50% for bars, restaurants. Number 24 Rutgers women win 8th straight conference game. Raptors will be short-handed when they return to floor. NBA reveals all-star skills, 3-point, dunk participants. The best bagels in Chicago. Lyle trustees eager for schmaltz deli to move to town. Carmel Catholic High School in Mundelein returning to full in-person learning March 8. Palatine principal among finalists for Golden Apple Leadership Award. Lyle man charged, again, with impersonating a police officer. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. 46 famous and infamous University of Washington graduates and one-time students. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 27.65 km, in Russian Federation February 3, 2021, 21:22 UTC, about 2,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Niran 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Marian 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 30.09 km, in China February 3, 2021, 9:23 UTC, 520,000 people within 100 kilometers. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. ABC 13 Town Hall to take deeper dive on Texas' growing water crisis. What it means for you when Texas drops statewide mandates. Goose Creek CISD won't move forward with Robert E. Lee High School name change. Single mom of 5 who lived in car for 4 days during storm still dealing with water woes. Grandma and grandson found shot to death in Southeast Houston home. Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office promotes nation's first captain of South Asian descent. 13 killed when semi-truck collides with SUV carrying 25 people in Southern California, CHP says. Dolly Parton gets first dose of COVID-19 vaccine she helped fund. Lifting mask order would be premature and harmful, Turner and Hidalgo tell Governor Abbott. Community in Long Beach steps in to help a restaurant owner after emotional plea goes viral. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. English teacher shares benefits of raising daughter in Taiwan. Packersberry says scars from prior stops made him better. Number 3 Baylor clinches B12 title in OT, 94-89 over number 6 WVU. Trump endorses SC's Tim Scott in 2022 Senate re-election bid. Kentucky seeking federal help as floodwaters cause damage. Ex-Kansas Rep Watkins enters diversion over voter fraud. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, Biden says U.S. will have enough vaccine for all adult Americans by May. Working Families Party backs Tahania Baushi for Manhattan District Attorney. As NYC movie theaters open, don't count on concessions. Co-op City in the Bronx to get dedicated COVID-19 vaccination site. With Cuomo reeling during budget season, state lawmakers are poised to take power. A Manhattan drag artist running for city council is out raising opponents. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Who are the Republicans running for NYC mayor? Cuomo comforted them during COVID, now they see a conspiracy to destroy him. A brief history of past Cuomo scandals and controversies. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Minor earthquake, M3.4 quake has struck near Unimak Island region, Alaska. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag was detected near the Loyalty Islands. Minor earthquake 3.8 mag, 109 kilometers south by southwest of Nikolsky, Alaska. Light earthquake, 4.3 mag strikes near Bambang Lipuro in Indonesia. Light earthquake, M4.1 quake has struck near Illapel in Chile. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag strikes near Kashmir-Xinjiang border region. Light earthquake, 4.8 mag was detected near the Loyalty Islands. Light earthquake 4.7 mag, southeast of the Loyalty Islands. Light earthquake, M4.7 quake has struck near Adak in Alaska. Light earthquake, 4.3 mag strikes near Shimoda in Japan. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. What role can South-South cooperation play in post-COVID-19 recovery? Demographic impact of coronavirus pandemic, an overview. And LT.mp4, International Women's Day, 2021 and LT.mp4, and LT.br&GT, to aspire and achieve women's leadership in the 21st century. And LT.mp4, International Women's Day, 2021 and LT.mp4, and LT.br&GT, Feminist Leadership at the United Nations, Gender Equality Within and Without. Neoliberal finance undermines poor countries' recovery. Protests by Indian farmers spread panic in image-conscious Modi government. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Paid social media influencers to spread law enforcement's version of George Floyd's killing. Merck to manufacture Johnson & Johnson single-shot vaccine amid efficacy questions. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Trump launch 2024 presidential campaign? Critics, Cuomo apology tone deaf, ignores power imbalance. Are Boston public schools suspending advanced classes because of too many white and Asian students? Is Little Suckathumb from a real German children's book? Biden, U.S. will be able to vaccinate all adults by end of May. Did Lloyd Austin's Department of Defense approve contracts for a company he owns stocks in? Texas becomes biggest U.S. state to lift COVID-19 mask mandate. Did Biden erase Dr. Seuss from Read Across America Day? Is this a real photo of an airplane and a train on a runway? Did Amazon change logo after users compared it to Hitler's mustache? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Pace of U.S. vaccinations versus the world. False claims cited in bogus theory that Biden isn't president. The evolving science of face masks and COVID-19. Fact-checking Trump CPAC speech. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Church that ruined lives disses vaccine that saves them. Mauritanians on nomination finally pulled over mean tweets. Murdering mom, boyfriend wanted me to ditch the kids. Roger Ailes victim loses another round in her defamation suit against Fox News. Absolute BS, Texans reeling from storm-faced top-down COVID fiasco. Fox News Tomi Lahren calls for cancel culture to cancel culture. MAGA-obsessed state rep accused of being the boss from hell. Meghan Markle's Oprah interview outfit has its own powerful message. FBI director shoots back, insisting bureau shared intel ahead of Capitol insurrection. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Powerful Hotel Trades Council backs Eric Adams for NYC mayor. Fiscally conservative war whoops are trying to defraud GOP voters, again. Steven Starr exporting NYC hotspots to Miami. Jeffrey Scott, Dynasty and Dark Shadows actor, dead at 79. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Watch I, preparing humans for life on Mars. Triple star recipe for supersized stellar mass black holes. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Doctor urges Americans to get whatever COVID-19 vaccine is available to them. Johnson & Johnson CEO touts ease of single-shot vaccine distribution. Johnson & Johnson rolls out one-dose coronavirus vaccine. Johnson & Johnson begins rolling out nearly 4 million coronavirus vaccine doses. Johnson & Johnson one-shot COVID vaccine rolls out in the U.S. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. The myth and truth about the 13,000-year-old alien satellite. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Masked man tried to break into San Jose, California home. Cheddar is better now that Taco Bell is testing crispy cheese curd dippers and crispy cheese nacho fries. Rap Stefanik loses more than $1 for NYC Way International Bridge, says it was bad deal. Connecticut man finds 600-year-old Chinese bowl worth $500K at yard sale. Biden withdraws Neera nomination for budget czar after Twitter controversy. Florida fourth grader who threatened to shoot two classmates then brought unloaded gun to school is charged with felony. Chloe McPlowface wins plow naming competition in a landslide. Pele gets COVID vaccine in Brazil. Today is an unforgettable day. Seaman School District weighs name change, because its namesake was a senior Klansman. New York lawmakers to strip Cuomo of emergency COVID powers. The following headlines are from military.com. Navy sailor killed, 5 service members hurt in convoy crash. Lejeune Marine smuggled guns to his native Haiti, now he'll spend 5 years in prison. After 36 years, Marines FA-18 Hornets have completed their final carrier deployment. Boeing's drone fighter jet Sidekick just took its first flight. Tactical naps, caffeine jolts, military sleep study recommends new policies for better troop rest. More military exchange locations to get tattoo studios. Air Force unveils design of new PT uniforms. Marines' new infantryman shared extremist content online months before investigation, records show. Ex-Green Beret and his son, accused of helping Nissan boss escape, extradited to Japan. Marine family shocked to get $32,000 bill after garage fire in military housing. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Embattled Homewood employee resigns following hot mic comments about Calumet Country Club development opponents. Kenosha woman killed in Sunday Waukegan crash. Chicago bars and restaurants can stay open until 1 a.m., boost capacity to 50%, Lightfoot announces. Wrigley Field campus could become city's next COVID-19 mass inoculation site, as United Center poised to open early and Biden says U.S. will have enough adult vaccines by end of May. Illinois Democrats set to choose chairman to succeed Madigan as legal question hovers around one contender. The Spin, Lightfoot reflects on workplace harassment she's faced amid New York Governor Cuomo scandal. Cubs, White Sox may welcome spectators. Line of Democrats eyeing Secretary of State's bid grows. The pandemic is crushing sleep. Here are 5 tips to help you get better shut-eye. Fans and stands, Mayor Lori Lightfoot says she thinks Chicago Cubs, White Sox will host live spectators sometime this season. Corrections and clarifications. Advocate Aurora Health working on mass vaccination site at conference center next to Wrigley Field. The following headlines are from phys.org. Animals fake death for long periods to escape predators. Quick learning cuttlefish passed the marshmallow test. Cutting-edge analysis of prehistoric teeth sheds new light on the diets of lizards and snakes. Dethroning electrocatalysts for hydrogen production with inexpensive alternative material. Insecticide known for killing pollinators found in deer across Minnesota. The expanding possibilities of bio-based polymers. Study explores link between forestry management and pesticides in aquatic species. Using a warmer tone in college syllabi makes students more likely to ask for help, study finds. Rating tornado warnings charts a path to improve forecasts. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, March 3rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why the meat we eat is an antibiotic resistance threat. 13 best magnesium supplements for sleep. Best CBD oil for dogs with arthritis. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Giraffe dies at LA Zoo after delivery of stillborn calf. Pace keeps Bears QB options open, no decision on Robinson. U.S. demands status of all Syrian detainees be made public. AAA season will be delayed, possibly leaving Mariners star prospects like Jared Kelenic in baseball purgatory. China, looking post-virus, to push tech autonomy at Congress. Clippers Leonard sits out Celtics matchup with back spasms. Huffman carries Central Michigan over Toledo 81-79. Moody leads number 12 Arkansas past South Carolina 101-73. Graves triple-double lifts Buffalo over Akron 80-78. Pittsburgh eases past Wake Forest 70-57 to snap 5-game skid. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Discovery Bay man sentenced to prison on federal child porn charges. Cecilia Rouse confirmed to head Council of Economic Advisors. Biden vows enough vaccine for all U.S. adults by end of May. Senator Hawley finally finds a Biden nominee he can vote for. Warriors Steph Curry will compete in NBA three-point contest. Letters, Unjust Arrest Alzheimer's Research Limbaug's Legacy Voting Rights Trump's Journey. Tandon withdraws her name from mom consideration. Madison Cawthorn accused of sexual harassment, falsifying his biography. Sponsored, new townhome construction now launching in downtown Fremont. Letters, churches and vaccination and time change the Sarkozy example back precedent separate bills. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. New Hawaii law cuts unemployment insurance tax rates. Pentagon lays out big tab to keep up with China. Rio Tinto chairman leaving over destruction of sacred sites. Arizona bill limits sex ed, discussion of sexual orientation. Ruling stops need for small film permits at national parks. Virginia is 10th state to pass domestic worker protections. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Trump administration referred a record number of leaks for criminal investigation. Andrew Cuomo is living to regret the deal he pushed on Letitia James. In LA County jails, coronavirus chaos keeps people locked up longer. Working families party ways in on crowded Manhattan to race. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Groundbreaking research into white rot fungi proves its value in carbon sequestration. Shade-grown coffee could help save birds, if only people knew about it. Fair Health releases study on impact of COVID-19 on pediatric mental health. TPU scientists develop efficient method to create high-strength materials for flexible electronics. UNESCO reveals largest carbon stores found in Australian World Heritage Sites. How much longer will the oxygen-rich atmosphere be sustained on Earth? Researchers detect chiral structures using vortex light. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Civil rights leader Jesse Jackson discharged from rehab after 3 weeks, had been unable to walk after illness, surgery. Wrigley Field mass vaccination site could be on the way, live updates. Illinois smokers now prioritized for the coronavirus vaccine. Homewood official resigns after hot mic incident. State Senator Hastings to join crowded Secretary of State race. I have the experience that no other candidate has. I bet Alzale wants you to know one thing, I feel ready to be a starter. Can Kyle Fuller, Akeem Hicks survive cat purge? Bears stuck at QB, Ryan Pace says he's ready to pivot a number of ways. Confident Lucas Giolito strikes out 4 in Cactus League debut. California crash kills 13 of 25 people crammed into SUV. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. The Bottle Rockets, Americana torchbearers for 28 years, have broken up. Bear, Little Fox and the review that never happened. Yes, St. Louis, you can ignore that Toronto alert that happened today. 9 Mile Garden Food Truck Park reopens with live music, movies and more. Former Missouri Capitol intern speaks out on the toxic culture in Jefferson City. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. How can you find out if there's a warrant out for your arrest? Ultimate background checks guide. Twitter user creates superkit of swear words on Eminem Slim Shady LP ended F-wording slaps. Michigan relaxes capacity limitations for restaurants, bars, and gyms, allows visitation at nursing homes. My lost weekend sampling High Times new Michigan weed. A laid-off bartender helped collect more than 1,000 KN95 masks for Ann Arbor service industry workers. Best free dating sites for serious relationships, find true love in 2021. Prosecutor declines to charge Grosse Pointe Park man for displaying KKK flag, saying it's not a crime. Sterling Heights cop resigns after mocking George Floyd in racist social media post. Detroit's rink at Campus Martius extends season to spring. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, March 3, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Reactions pour in after Abbott nixes mask mandate and orders full Lone Star reopening. Turner blasts Abbott for mask rule reversal, calling it a national embarrassment. On Texas Independence Day, Abbott lifts mask mandate and reopens businesses 100%. Truly Texas Mexican showcases the food of the Texas borderland. After Texas winter catastrophe, plenty of promises and blame to go around. J.J. Watt announces he will sign with the Arizona Cardinals. Long lost happening 1965 music special resurfaces on PBS. The art of truncated commercials. The next headlines are about world records making news. International star humiliates hapless club cricketers with world record knock, wild wickets haul, Fox Sports. The world's fastest tennis serve zoomed past his opponent, Fangbuzz. Chris Bucknam on SEC Radio, Arkansas Razorbacks. 4 storylines to watch at the 2021 March Pro Swim Series in San Antonio, SwimSwam. Longest swim under ice, breath held, world record set by David Vankel, World Record Academy. Oldest ice mile swimmer, male, Jer Purcell sets World Record Academy. Young entrepreneur buys world's oldest sweet shop in Patellar Oi Bridge, BBC News. Paul Chalimo going for American Indoor 5000 record, Canadian Running Magazine. An AI was taught to play the world's hardest video game and still couldn't set a new record, Gizmodo. Powerlifter Josh Greiner smashed teen world records in training at 17 years old, bar bend. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Smoke 100 cigarettes right now if you want a vaccine in North Carolina. Kidding, please don't. Japanese billionaire who bought tickets on SpaceX's Starship announces 8 seats are up for grabs. Cuttlefish are able to wait for a reward. Frustrated Facebook oversight board may seek to examine its algorithm, or whatever. The user reviews for Puma's gaming shoes are peak internet trolling. Microsoft, Chinese hackers have been exploiting our email product to target US companies. The long history of Godzilla cinematic looks. Amazon rolls back icon that was a little too below the nose. Researchers create tiny, cicada-like drones to invade small spaces. The 10 best deals of March 2, 2021. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mon in Botswana at 134.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 74.02 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 58.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Cuttlefish can pass the marshmallow test. Intel hit with $2.2 billion patent judgment. Dish tries to disrupt SpaceX's Starlink plans as companies fight at FCC. Microsoft issues emergency patches for 4 exploited 0 days in exchange. OS director sues Amazon, alleging systemic racism in corporate office. Samsung will soon ship micro-LED TVs, but mini LED still leads the lineup. Locked for 300 years, Virtual Unfolding has now revealed this letter's secrets. Today's best tech deals, Bose headphones, Assassin's Creed, and more. Rookie coding mistake prior to Gab hack came from site CTO. Epic continues its studio acquisition spree, buys Fall Guys devs. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mississippi becomes the next failed state as the water system enters 3rd week of failure, Joy Reid. It's getting dangerous, CNN reporter warns QAnon's March 4 delusion Trump will seize power won't end well. Former GOP lawmaker signs agreement to avoid prosecution for felony voter fraud. Tiger King Joe Exotic has a new plan to get back at rival Carole Baskin. At least 13 dead after SUV truck collide in California. White supremacist live streamer arrested by FBI in Florida, his followers are scared they're next. White House plans to withdraw Neera Tanden's nomination for budget director, report. Thanks to Trump, Republican Darrell Issa might lose the seat in Congress that he just won back, columnist. It's a racket, failed GOP candidate rages after vendors pocketed millions off sketchy fundraising video. Former Republican official blasts Ted Cruz with profanity in new autobiography. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The United States will have enough vaccines for every American adult by end of May, Biden says. A former FDA chief scientist explains what we know about all these coronavirus vaccines. Texas and Mississippi governors lifting of mask mandates as a gift to the coronavirus. It hasn't happened in my lifetime, a labor historian on Biden's pro-union push. The plea to stop Al Franken and Cuomo is exactly what we don't need. Republicans keep pretending Antifa is equivalent to violent white supremacists. Harry Belafonte turned 94 yesterday, revisiting his living legacy today. Top lobbying firm is still on the payroll of Saudi center implicated in Jamal Khashoggi's murder. A GOP lawyer says the quiet part out loud in Scottish voting rights case. Amazon has become a prime revolving door destination in Washington. The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. We take on the abominable snowman, also known as Yeti, that Bigfoot show, Jailbreak.com. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Editorial, 3 connections we have to Mars, Richmond.com. Sea Trek, Stanford researchers' childhood dreams of space bent toward the ocean deep, Stanford Today, Stanford University News. Exploring the world of alien beauty, CR Fashion Book. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Aptenics to report fourth quarter and full year 2020 financial results on Wednesday, March 24, 2021, Odessa, American. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, March 3, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, March 3, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.